This is the Awesome Padron Podcast.
It fizzles out.
So soulful. I felt it.
Yeah.
Man, it's been a while since we've heard that.
Welcome to this this new podcast we're doing.
The new one?
Yeah.
It feels new. We haven't done a podcast episode in since December.
It's unfortunate things don't work out that well a lot of times. It's a life lesson for all of you out there. No matter how much you want something to happen, it may not always end up right.
Sucking off philosophical
in the room when he's like talking about buying a movie ticket, and he's like, "What do you say?
Don't think about it too much.
Don't think about it too much. Things don't always come out right."
Yeah.
So, even though the only question he was going to ask is what movie you want to see.
Yeah. But
that would be.
But sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Holidays and then.
And also, it probably looks like we've been gone for even longer because our last podcast episode wasn't uploaded to our YouTube channel.
Yeah, but if you listen to on Spotify, Google Play, or iTunes or whatever Apple is now.
Yeah.
You heard the last episode, but if you listen to us on YouTube, you missed our last episodes.
Yeah.
I'll take part of the blame for that.
Yeah, it'll take all the blame.
You take all the blame. You should have known Marcus was going to delete it.
But to be fair,
And then they've been doing long videos for their Two Awesome Men channel.
Our best and worst of the year, and then now we're doing our best of the decade video.
Yeah, we've been watching a lot of movies, trying to make sure that we get we watch a lot of movies from the decade. Then my mic keeps going out. This is irritating. There you go.
Oh my goodness. You're gonna have people they're listening to it really loud and then randomly hearing you scream.
Wait, I forgot, guys. If you like what we have to say,
oh, there you go.
But hey, what you have to see, go on over to Spotify, Google Play, and Apple Tunes,
whatever Apple's using.
Go over there, and you can listen to us or whatever. All right, and if you're on there, you can go to YouTube. If you want to know what we look like.
Is it Apple Plus now? Apple Podcast? I don't know.
I don't know. But you're on iCarly. iCarly called it Pear. And Pear, maybe
Thanks for letting us know what iCarly.
Pear Tunes, and the phone is literally shaped like it. That's the one thing about iCarly that didn't make any sense. The one thing that probably they needed to think a little more into when it came to iCarly was their phone actually looked like a pear. Can you imagine how inconvenient that would be to holding a pear-shaped phone in your hand? Overall, iCarly was the peak of writing TV shows. But when it came to their phone design, is when they needed to work on a little bit.
And what year did iCarly come out?
What year?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I'm just trying to figure out when the peak happened.
Yeah.
And then,
it's dropped down. It was relatively low beforehand, and now it's pretty low afterwards. So. All
right. Well, moving on. For what we came here to talk about, which was not iCarly.
It should have been nominated.
Should have been nominated.
For an Emmy.
For something. For everything.
For Oscar, even an Oscar.
Oscar, Tony, Emmy, Grammy, everything. Yeah. So, they did have some movie format, on Nickelodeon that could have been nominated for an Oscar.
Yep, there you go. They should have won an EGOT.
Yeah, exactly. Everything. They had music, they had everything. So there you go.
And music?
That theme song was pretty hard.
Yeah, I know. Really should have. All right. What were we talking about today?
The Oscars. And I'm actually...
Oscar.
What? Yeah, we're talking
Oscar
about
the Grouch.
Oscar the Grouch, yeah.
No, Oscar from The Office.
Sesame Street, yeah.
Oscar from The Office is coming to Comic-Con in Dallas.
Everybody's coming to Comic-Con this year.
I'm so excited.
There's a lot of people coming.
Yeah.
But,
so if you want to meet us, we'll be there. We don't have a booth or anything. But
we'll just be walking around. And you'll have to come find us.
Yeah, because we're not finding y'all.
We'll probably be pretty late to
yeah. And most likely, you're not going to know who we are anyway. So
maybe if you watch us, but if you listen to our voices, you're not going to
know.
But we're going to be talking about the Oscars that are coming up this Sunday. And I'm actually probably considering putting this on our Two Awesome Men channel too, because we usually do Awesomey Awards, which is our version of the Academy Awards, and where we pick where we announce our picks for what we want to win and who we want to win at the Oscars. But we just don't have time to do it this year. So, but I still want to have something up for it on our channel.
Which sucks because this year actually has some pretty decent nominations.
Yeah, which I've actually, sadly, I've watched more than y'all, which usually doesn't happen. But
yeah, you actually you've watched more than us. I think we're down like what, 3 or 2?
For most, you're down.
For Best Picture, we haven't watched 2 of them. We haven't watched Little Women or The Irishman.
Okay.
Those 2 that we haven't watched.
Then another one you haven't watched is Two Popes. Which is
Two Popes is nominated for a lot.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I was trying to watch for the Best Actress and Best Supporting Actress.
Yeah. But
Bombshell and Richard Jewell I guess it's still in theaters because I couldn't find it anywhere to watch it. So.
Judy.
And Judy.
That's a movie I didn't even realize ever came out.
Yeah, I remember
saw it
once. But
where did we see it? Because it was a movie we saw without Marquez. And we saw advertised.
Yeah.
We're just getting like bombarded with a whole bunch of biopics nowadays.
Yeah.
But,
well, especially towards the end of the year, you're always going to need a lot of biopics. It's kind of expected.
Right.
Yeah, but I honestly don't remember when this one came out. I remember seeing a trailer for it, and that was like one time, and that was it.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're going to go over a few of these. We want to start off with.
I don't feel
you
like
want to start at the lower ones?
Yeah,
and
start
go
at
up?
The lower ones. All right, so original screenplay is Knives Out, Rian Johnson, Marriage Story, Noah Baumbach, 1970, Sam Mendes and Christy Wilson, Karen.
Kiki.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
And then Kiki. No, it was my friend Jesse.
Quentin Tarantino, Parasite, Bong Joon-ho, Han Jin-won, and Story by Bong Joon-ho. What are y'all thinking? I'm honestly with this one, probably gonna go with Knives Out.
Yeah, this one probably Knives Out.
I just love Knives Out. Knives Out was such like an interesting story, and a lot of times I say this to people. It like kind of like a lot of murder mystery movies are kind of done the same. Right. I'm not gonna act like they're like bad or any of them. Well, maybe some are, but like I'm not gonna act like they're bad. But there's usually a traditional kind of formula to all of them. Yeah. And I really feel like Knives Out just went against that formula completely. Right. And it was just great.
Yeah, and also there's so many small details that they had sprinkled throughout the entire movie. Yeah. That all led up to the end. And it's just even if you didn't really pay attention to all the small details, when they start revealing a lot of stuff at the end, you kind of start recalling like, oh yeah, that did happen. Yeah.
There's also so many twists, and they weren't twists just to be twists. Mm-hmm. Like you were saying how in the middle you thought it was going to be one thing, and then a few minutes later it turned into something different, and it was always keeping you on your toes. Exactly. You always thought that you knew what was going on, but you really didn't.
Right.
Yeah, and another thing is we didn't like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I know that's an opinion that's like a very rare opinion. Yeah. You know, like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but I really just didn't like it.
Yeah. There wasn't much that I liked at all, other than the acting.
I'll tell you this.
The only part I liked the ending.
Oh yeah.
That was the only part. The other, it was just kind of like, to me, it was boring.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing was happening in it, whatsoever.
Yeah, like you said, the ending. I've talked about this a few times, but the ending was great. But I feel like the entire movie was made just because Quentin Tarantino wanted to do that ending,
which is really interesting because I feel like every one of our complaints is what everyone says they loved about it.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
Yeah,
yeah, right.
You know, and like
I think people get swept up by Quentin Tarantino.
Which Quentin Tarantino? Yeah, he's great.
Which I'm not saying he's bad. Yeah. I'm just saying. It's possible for a director to make a bad movie. Steven Spielberg has made bad movies.
Yeah, he's made quite a bit.
Yeah. I'm sure, if Jordan Peele keeps going, he's going to make a bad movie. Right. It's just, it's how it happens because you're not always going to have a hit every single time.
But people do have a belief that Quentin Tarantino can do no wrong, which I do think that, which I don't want to make this in a whole Once Upon a Time in Hollywood rant, but
well, it is nominated for a whole bunch of stuff.
That is true.
We
So
just,
it is.
We just need to get that out when people are shocked that we're not voting for Once Upon a Time, which I feel like is going to win a lot in the Oscars.
Yeah, and then I feel like because me and Zach have talked about this a lot because it comes up a lot when we bring up like what's the movie called Bad Times at El Royale or something like that. But I do feel like if Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was done exactly the same, but like by another director, I don't think people would like it, honestly.
Because, and I think what makes me mad also with Once Upon a Time being nominated for a lot of things is that Bad Time at the El Royale got nominated for nothing, and I thought that was a 10 times better movie.
And the reason we bring that up is because one of the biggest complaints that people had about Bad Times at El Royale was people said it felt like a cheap knockoff of like Quentin Tarantino movies or like Quentin Tarantino wannabe.
Yeah.
But it didn't really feel like that. I mean, it had kind of a similar structure to a lot of Quentin Tarantino movies, but it was still great on its own.
Right.
No, exactly. It was great. And Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, a lot of people like it. I'll try to like say maybe kind of I can understand where you're coming from a little bit because it does seem like a kind of movie where Quentin Tarantino is just wanting to kind of just have fun with his movie, and just do whatever. But I think a lot of people get held up in like it's a big like kind of flashy movie kind of because it's like a lot of things like, well, there's so many little details that are brought up at the end, like whenever he has like the blowtorch and it's brought up at the end of the movie. Yeah. Like, well, that's not like a really massive twist or like it's not like something majorly that's like amazing happens,
Yeah, it's kind of like that video we were just watching the other day about the Avengers Endgame. Somebody did like a video of like all the callbacks and the final battle of Avengers Endgame. And like a lot of them were like stupid. Like one of them was like Giant Man. It was a callback to Giant Man in Civil War. Oh, yeah. It's like, okay, that's not a callback. It's just like something that happened in a movie. An ability that he had and just was brought up again. Yeah. He did it again at the end of Avengers Endgame.
Yeah. And there's a lot of stuff like that. And then it's people just love like, and this movie was like, had a twist because you thought that Margot Robbie was going to die in the movie. I'm like, well, that's not really like a plus for me because that's more like you just wasted a lot of time in a movie. Yeah. With Sharon Tate's character, and she had like nothing to do with it. Yeah. And like at all, And,
especially because like my dad said he didn't even see the movie because Quentin Tarantino is known for his like bloodiness and gory, and so he thought that it was going to show Sharon Tate's murder and be very gory, so it like turned him off to the movie. Yeah. So. And, like, it's hard to say, like, no, that's not actually what happens because then you give away the twist ending. Yeah. But it's like, that's not what it's about. But you can't tell anybody that because it's a twist ending.
But Zach was saying the other day that movie, The Haunting of Sharon Tate, made him appreciate Once Upon a Time in Hollywood a little more.
A lot more.
It came out the same year.
A little more.
The Haunting of Sharon Tate actually showed, even though it wasn't a dream, it was the actual events that occurred. Yeah. I mean, nobody was there to like know specifically, but like it was how people were killed, and they showed like in a dream sequence.
And not only did they show it, but like it was done in a way. It was like a slasher movie. Yeah. The whole scene. It was like a 5-minute sequence. Yeah. It wasn't like a quick little glimpse of it. It was like the whole thing. Yeah. And it was really bloody and gory.
Yeah. So we're gonna continue, but that's why we did it. We're not going to vote for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood because we're the only 3 people in the world who don't like that movie. Right. There might be 4 or 5.
But nobody wants to admit it. We're the only brave ones.
Yeah. Adapted screenplay. I have not seen all of these. I've only seen 2 of these.
I've only seen 2 of these.
Yeah. Brittany has seen all of them. No, so Brittany, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, and The Two Popes. What would you choose between those?
I would choose Joker.
Joker?
I feel like they did a really good job considering that Joker didn't have a backstory. Yeah. And so they kind of had to, like, I get that it's adapted because Joker is a character, but they did have to. Yeah. They did have to. It was original.
It had to have a lot of originality.
Yeah. To it. Where The Irishman was good. I feel like it was too long. It needed to be cut down. Mm-hmm. I feel like they could have cut it down. And a lot of parts dragged on a lot.
Did it could have been cut down a lot? Or
not a
lot.
Like
a little bit? Would it still been 3 hours?
Yeah, I think they could have cut it down.
3.5 hours, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, but I was wondering if if the cut down could have gone to 3 hours, or you think it could have been shorter?
I think it could have been 3 hours, maybe a little bit less than 3 hours. Yeah. I just feel like a lot of scenes were dragging. I love the ending. The ending was beautiful. It actually made me tear up, but leading up to that, it was kind of okay. Yeah. And there was a lot of times where they would introduce a character, because it's about mobsters, and so they would introduce a character, and then like they would say how that person died. They would the movie would pause and then like put up a little bit about like how the person died, and then so it kind of took you out. You're like, why are you telling me that? Like we just see these characters. And then
what?
Two Popes also suffered from that. I feel like parts were too slow, but it was still a really good movie. Little Women. It wasn't Greta Gerwig's best.
It wasn't on par with Lady Bird.
Yeah, it wasn't on par with Lady Bird, and I haven't seen any of the other adaptations, so I don't really have anything to compare it to.
Oh yeah.
But it was kind of like a run of the mill kind of. Mm-hmm. Not really a chick flick, because it was better than a chick flick, but kind of like a chick flick.
I was really upset with, just going back to original screenplay for a second, that Farewell wasn't nominated.
Yeah, that one should have been nominated, because
in my opinion, it should have been nominated every Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but that wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be adapted, wouldn't it? Because it was a true story, wasn't it?
Well, original adapted means it has to be written.
Because 1917 is based off like his grandpa's story.
Original screenplay is like book. Adapted means like it was like a.
I thought adapted was like anything. If it's
it's just it's like something that was already written, so you adapted it to film.
Yeah. Because, like, all these are adapted. Jojo Rabbit's a close second, though.
Yeah, the only two I've seen were Joker and Jojo Rabbit. And that honestly would be a pretty hard one, but I honestly probably would pick Jojo Rabbit, just because I'd probably pick Joker for a few other things, and I kind of want Jojo Rabbit to win at least something.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know if it's going to win anything.
Yeah.
Especially the things that it's going up against.
Yeah, the only thing I could see it winning by some small chance is screenplay, but
I really do think that everything that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is nominated for is probably going to win.
Yeah.
And then The Irishman's probably going to win.
Well, I think 1917 is going to win a lot too, to be honest. Well, I think 1917 is going to win a lot of the big ones.
Yeah. Yeah. And then for me, that would be a hard one. I think I probably would go for Jojo Rabbit. It's hard to say. I do like Joker more. I think it's a better movie, but I think I probably would put Jojo Rabbit in there. It's really well done with the screenplay.
Right.
All right. Achievement in visual effects. Visual effects.
We've actually seen all of these except for The Irishman. Well, Brittany's seen The Irishman, so she's seen all of them.
The Irishman, I feel like the only reason it was nominated, which I talked to you about, was the aging. That's it. Because there wasn't really anything else with the visual effects. So that's pretty much it. I mean, they did a good job, but I feel like that's all it was nominated for.
Yeah, I don't even want to give The Lion King anything. Even though the visual effects were good, I don't want to give it anything.
Right.
I think
the Rise of Skywalker actually had some amazing visual effects.
Yeah.
When they were in the water.
Whether you like the movie or not, you can't deny that the visual effects were freaking amazing.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a tough one, to be honest.
Because I think,
did Infinity War win visual effects?
I don't know. Did it
last year?
Maybe Star Wars usually wins.
I think it, but I can't remember.
Yeah.
I think it's 1917, Star Wars, and Endgame.
Yeah.
Are three really high contenders for me.
That is a hard one, man. I haven't even thought about this.
Yeah, that's a really hard one. I might give it a Star Wars.
Yeah, I'll probably give it a
Star Wars because visual effects are really good in that.
Yeah.
Overall.
I'll probably give it to Endgame. I'll be different than you.
Achievement in sound mixing.
Which, to explain this, which I'm not like an expert on this, but I'm pretty sure sound editing is people who create the sound, right? And the sound mixing is people who edit it into the movie.
And mix it together well.
Right.
Kind of what it sounds like, really.
Yeah.
So sound editing is they make the small sounds, and they edit the sounds to what they need to sound like, and then mixing is all together. Yeah. I'd probably go 1917.
For mixing?
Yeah.
1917 is probably
1917.
What's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood down there?
I have no idea.
Ad Astra, I'm surprised it wasn't nominated for visual effects.
Yeah, Ad Astra was really good. Ad Astra is honestly probably my second for that.
Yeah.
For sound mixing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Sound editing.
Sound editing, Ford.
Yeah,
Ford v.
Ford v. Ferrari. Sound mixing and sound editing are kind of hard for me to choose between which one I like between them because they're kind of hard for me to separate.
Right.
Yeah.
Even though they're two separate things, they kind of seem like the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, my thank you's going out. It's irritating. That one. Ford v. Ferrari 1917.
I honestly think Ford v. Ferrari is going to win at least one of these.
I think Ford v. Ferrari for me.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I don't want to just choose 1917 again.
Do those two usually win the same movie, or is it usually two different ones?
It's usually two different ones, I think.
I think so.
I mean, otherwise they shouldn't have two different categories. Best live act. Oh, we didn't watch these. I'll just pick it. Nefta Football Club.
Bam.
Yeah. Best animated short.
Be sorry, yeah.
Best animated short film. Kit Bull. Kit Bull. There you go. Okay, we haven't seen those. Achievement and Production Design nominees.
What's production design?
It's the people who make the sets.
Okay.
By far, mine's
1917.
easy. Mine's gonna be 1917 all day.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
I'll agree with that. It honestly, really close to that is Jojo Rabbit for me.
And Parasite too.
Jojo Rabbit 1917. It's not really a by far for me, but I'd probably choose 1917.
For me, it's pretty significantly over the others. Not that the others are bad or anything, but 1917 was just mind blowing. The production design.
Best motion picture of the year. Oh, we're already at the top. What?
No, we're
Why is it in the
original
middle?
score.
Well, sorry. Oh, you're looking at something different than I am. Best motion picture of the year just randomly popped up in the middle.
Well, do you want to skip it?
Yeah, I'll skip it.
For
Okay. Where you at?
Original song.
Original song.
Where the heck are you?
Where are you?
Oscar website.
Oh, you're looking at something different. Oh man.
Well, what's your next one? I can go to
it. Best achievement and is it this one?
Original song.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Achievement music written or motion picture original song
I didn't
nominees.
see much.
I only saw 2 of these. No, 3 of these.
3.
Yeah, I saw 3 of these.
I don't know what.
Which one was I Can't Let You?
Oh, Breakthrough. What's Breakthrough? The religious movie where
Yeah.
the boy fell.
Yeah,
Okay, so I have
you
seen
saw
that
that
one.
I'm just gonna say Toy Story 4.
So the only one I haven't seen is Harriet.
I'm gonna say Toy Story 4 because that's the only one I can think of that I'd probably like between these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked Into the Unknown, but it's like the only thing I liked in the movie.
Achievement and music written for motion pictures. Joker, Little
Original
Women,
score.
Marriage Story, 1917, Star Wars, Rise of Skywalker.
Joker for me.
Joker.
Which, I don't know if we mentioned this, but did you know that the score was written before the actual movie was?
Oh, really?
Which is unusual for me.
Yeah. So, like, that scene where, it was not before it was written, before they actually,
Filmed it. Yeah.
But the movie, or the scene where he shoots 3 guys and then he runs to the bathroom, all he was supposed to do was wash the blood off and then look in the mirror, and that's where the scene was supposed to end. But because the score was completed before they filmed, and Joaquin Phoenix heard that, he felt like he should be dancing.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's when it was filmed, him dancing to that music. So it was actually a unique way to do it. It's never been done.
Man, we are not good this year. Achievement in makeup, hairstyling nominees. I've only seen 2 of
I
these.
can't see with your fingers.
But I feel like I may be Maleficent. Maybe.
Maleficent?
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I figured.
Yeah, I feel like Maleficent.
Yeah. It's the only one that I can think.
Yeah.
I mean, 1917 might win just because it's 1917.
Is Little Women nominated for that?
Yeah. No, it's not.
I think it's nominated for costume.
Best internet.
We didn't see any of these.
Yeah,
but
we saw Parasite.
Parasite is winning.
Yeah, Parasite. Or Corpus Christi because we're in Texas. So.
Yeah.
Go for the Corpus Christi.
Achievement in film editing nominees.
Ooh, that one's hard.
I will say, Ford v Ferrari. I heard that the final race that's in the movie, different shots of that race were filmed in completely different countries.
Really?
Yeah, so And so if there's gonna be an argument for Ford v Ferrari, it's gonna be that.
I don't know. That one's hard.
I could give it a 4v Ferrari.
You know what? I'm gonna give it to Parasite.
Parasite?
Yeah.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
Because what was cool is I was actually reading. It was like a bunch of facts about Parasite, and in a lot of shots, what's the director's name?
Bong Joon-ho or
yeah,
Jun
Bong
Bong
Joon-ho.
Ho.
He actually, there's a lot of times where there's a line in this film that separates the poor from the rich.
Oh, really?
So, like, there's a scene where they're looking out the window, and the crack to the window, the rich girl is on this side, and the poor girl's on this side.
Oh, really?
And he does that a lot throughout the film.
That's pretty interesting,
Yeah.
Okay. Best documentary short. Which one's that? Walk, Run, Cha Cha. There you go.
That's all interesting.
You just wanted to say that.
Yeah. That's my pick too.
Okay. Best documentary feature. I haven't seen any of these. Let's see here.
For Sama.
There you
Sama.
go. Yeah, sounds good. Achievement and directing nominees. Okay. 1917.
Yeah,
1917.
Yeah.
I'm pretty positive that's gonna win.
Achievement in costume design.
Well, didn't Quentin Tarantino win? No, Parasite won.
Oh, the Golden Globes?
Yeah, the Golden Globes.
Achievement in costume design. I'm going to give it to Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah. Yeah, I can agree with that.
Jojo Rabbit. You?
Yeah, Jojo Rabbit.
Cool. Sounds good. Achievement in
This
cinematography.
one's
1917.
Yeah, well, 1917.
Oh, the Lighthouse.
The Lighthouse. Those two.
Oh yeah, I just saw that.
I'm gonna.
I forgot you brought that up before we started filming this.
I asked you this because I knew this was gonna be tough for y'all.
I'm probably gonna give it a 1917.
Yeah, I have to give it to 1917.
I'm gonna be different from y'all, and I'm
great.
gonna say the Lighthouse. I don't know, this unsettling editing that they. The cinematography, like everything.
It's hard, man. Because honestly, those are really close for me.
Yeah, Lighthouse is a close second to me, but the reason why I think 1917 should win is because the whole reason that movie is so great is because of the cinematography.
Yeah, the cinematography.
The cinematography.
The cinematography, yeah, it really amplifies so much in that movie.
Because like to do a one-shot movie, I don't think people. Well, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people do realize, but it's so difficult to do a one-shot movie, especially a war movie like that.
Yeah, 1917.
For me, why I chose the Lighthouse is because I felt like I was in that lighthouse going crazy because of the cinematography. Yeah. So, but that's why I picked it. But but 1917 is a very close second. Like Lighthouse barely beats 1917.
Yeah. Did you hear that? Or like me and Brittany were watching this one video about how they filmed 1917, and apparently there's one scene at the end when he's marching through the field. Yeah. That they had to wear like 2 film people like were dressed in costume, right? Mm-hmm. And they walked past them, and as soon as they walked past them, they picked up the camera so they could follow him as he walked through.
Really?
Yeah, so they were on screen for a second, and then they in costume.
Really?
And they picked up the camera.
That's pretty.
Just a lot of the little things like that.
And did you know that cool. You know when he falls down when somebody runs into him?
Oh yeah.
That wasn't scripted.
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to. He just got up and kept going.
Yeah. Because they only
falling.
had for that specific scene, they only had like they could only do it like once or twice because they only had so many explosions. Right. So they couldn't keep filming that scene. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
So. Best animated. I've only seen one of these, which is Toy Story 4, which I think
Toy Story 4 is going to win.
There's a good chance. It's great. So yeah. Honestly.
Although How to Train Your Dragon, I've heard is a really good. I've
only seen the first one. I've only seen the first one.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of those movies.
I saw Missing Link, and it was more of it had a Mr. Fantastic Fox kind of vibe.
Yeah.
So it wasn't made for kids. I feel like I think kids could watch it. It was just more grown up.
You know, to be fair, Fantastic Mr. Fox is pretty glorious.
Yeah, so. I'm not saying that it's on the same level. It just had the same animation. And
I do have a personal reason why I want Missing Link to win is because I've been following one of the main animators for that movie. His name is Kevin Perry.
Oh yeah,
I've been following him on Instagram. I didn't even know that he worked on the movie until
he also
a few months after it was released.
Cujo. Cujo's that movie, that Stephen King movie about that killer dog.
The killer dog.
Kubo.
The
missing strings or something.
The missing strings, the 2 strings.
Oh yeah,
okay.
2 strings.
You're putting Missing Link in that movie together.
Performance by an actress. I've only seen.
I've seen 3.
Okay, I'm just gonna give it to Scarlett Johansson. I guess.
Yeah.
I actually would give it to Florence
Laura Dern's
Pugh.
probably gonna win it.
Laura Dern's probably gonna win it, but I would give it to Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
And that's partially because she should have been nominated for Best Actress.
Yeah.
You think Laura Dern's gonna win it?
I think she's been winning all of them.
I feel like Laura Dern's gonna win it. I would give it to Scarlett Johansson, but I'm about to give Scarlett Johansson another award, so I'm probably gonna pick Laura Dern.
Performance by an actress in a leading role. I've only seen one of these as well. Scarlett Johansson for me, so yeah.
Yeah, Scarlett Johansson's the one.
I'll give it to Scarlett Johansson in this one.
If she doesn't win for that, it's gonna be ridiculous.
Who was it? Liam?
What?
Liam, I think, put Laura Dern as his actual bottom pick of all the performances this year.
Oh, really?
For the Oscars, he put Laura Dern at the bottom. And then
I can see that.
Yeah. And So I put I've only seen one of them. So supporting actor. Man, I'm bad with this. Oh goodness, I can only pick one.
I've only seen Brad Pitt.
To be fair, Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio did great in it.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't surprised, but I'll have to pick Brad Pitt because it's the one I've seen.
I'm gonna pick Anthony Hopkins for Two Pope.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know who I'd pick between those two. I'd honestly probably pick Tom Hanks.
Yeah, I mean, I probably should pick Tom Hanks because I figured he did good.
Yeah,
but I've only seen, and Brad Pitt did good.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, All right, performance by an actor in a leading role.
The only one I haven't seen is Antonio Banderas' movie Pain and Glory.
That is a hard one for me.
But I'm still gonna stick with Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna stick with Joaquin Phoenix, but honestly, Adam Driver is an extremely close second.
Yeah, he did
same
amazing.
here for me. Joaquin Phoenix, Adam Driver. I'd be happy with either one of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now it's best movie.
So now we're at best film of the year.
This one is gonna be difficult.
This one I've been thinking about a lot, and I have.
Yeah.
Why is this ordered so weird? Where is it?
I think in my opinion, I'm pretty positive.
Let's read them off real fast. What is it?
Yeah, you can read them all.
All right, Ford v Ferrari, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Woman, Marriage Story, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Parasite. I have my pick.
Yeah. So my opinion is I'm pretty positive that 1917 is going to win. Although Once Upon a Time in Hollywood has a good chance, but I'm pretty positive 1917 is going to win. But I really want Marriage Story or Joker to win.
Yeah.
Those are my two personal choices, and my top personal choice is probably Marriage Story.
Really? How come?
Just because it's a movie I got immersed in the most.
Yeah.
Just overall, it had the best acting. Just overall is like the one that made me feel. Although Joker, like I said, Joker is my second personal choice, but
my favorite movie of last year is 1917.
You're right.
So I'd probably pick that.
I forgot to say that if 1917 does win, I actually wouldn't mind that at all because it was a great movie.
In all honesty, I probably wouldn't mind most of these winning, except for Parasite, except for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, same.
That's like the only one, but like I'm not going to be mad if it wins because I'm ready for it.
Also, Ford v Ferrari, I feel like I want to be mad if it won, but I feel like some of these other movies are a lot better than it was.
Yeah.
I would pick 1917 too.
Yeah. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I'm just preparing myself so I'm not mad when it happens. I don't think I'll be mad when it happens because it's kind of like a thing of like it's probably going to happen.
Yeah.
It just kind of upsets me because like I feel like with director, like I feel like for director you could have had The Farewell. I forget her name. What her name was.
Lulu Wang or something.
Yeah, Lulu Wang. Or a lot of people don't talk about it because it's a very brutal movie. But The Nightingale,
right.
Jennifer Kent.
Jennifer Kent's really underrated. Like,
yeah, she had the Babadook and then Nightingale, and they've both been brilliant.
Yeah.
And nobody really talks about it, and it's really sad.
Yeah, if you haven't seen The Nightingale, watch it. I'm going to tell you, you're only going to be able to watch it one time.
It's on Hulu.
Like, because I had watched it first, and I had no idea what the movie was about. I just knew that she had directed it.
Yeah. And
when I watched it, goodness, it hit hard.
Yeah.
And so I told Zach and Marcus they need to watch it, but I don't think I can watch it with y'all.
It's kind of like a 12 Years a Slave, where it's like one of those movies. It's just like so brutal. It's kind of hard to watch more than once.
Yeah, but it's like great.
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah.
You love it. You're like, man, that's a rough one.
Yeah, and so I was really sad that it wasn't nominated for anything because, I know that they can't nominate for a lot of things because it is a brutal movie. Right. But you could have nominated for Best Director, cinematography, screenplay, anything.
The one thing you got to realize though is there's a few directors that are going to be nominated no matter what.
Yeah, Martin Scorsese
and Quentin Tarantino, no matter what. Mm-hmm. I mean, unless the movie for some reason is complete garbage, which once upon a time in Hollywood I didn't like, but I don't think it was complete garbage. Yeah. You know? Mm-hmm. And I can, like I said, I can see why people liked it, I guess, you know? Mm-hmm. But, like, unless the movies are complete garbage, which they're never going to throw out complete garbage, you know? Yeah. But they're always going to be nominated, like, no matter what. Right. And sometimes win, you know? So. Yeah.
One more. Another big Oscar snub was Awkwafina for The Farewell for Best Actress. Mm-hmm. That one really made me mad. But those are the only nominations that really made me mad that were snubbed.
And Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler. But, was it you that said, or Marquez, you said, I get why the people who nominate the movie.
Well, you actually read something from, Academy.
I'm not gonna act like I completely love it, but it's saying, they talked to some Academy member, which Academy members are just like actors, directors, producers. They didn't say who it was, but they said that what it is as an actor, you're more of like a brand, right? Yeah. And so when you get nominated for a film, it's because you did really good in that role. Yeah. But it's also because you have a good brand behind you. Right. Adam Sandler does really crap movies and then throws out like a amazing role every once in a while. Yeah. You know, and so that's why they don't want to nominate him because it's kind of just like a thing of like, he's kind of just doing it here and there, you know, just because like he feels like it. Whenever you have other actors out there who are actually putting their all into their what's the word? Their auditions. Yeah.
Right.
Which the movie we're talking about is Uncut Gems.
Yes, sorry. Yeah. Uncut Gems. Which Adam Sandler, you can tell when he gets a good role, he puts the all into it, but he doesn't put his all into his career.
Yeah.
You know.
So we are on a time constraint because our show time for Birds of Prey starts in 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, so we gotta go into this.
Yeah. But those are our choices, and those are kind of like our biggest upsets for.
It is a better year than last year. I hated last year's nominations.
Yeah, last year we didn't even watch the Oscars because we were mad about it.
We just read them after the day after.
Let me just say, I am so mad that Bohemian Rhapsody won for best editing.
Film editing.
Because
the editing was like the worst editing I've seen last year. All right, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching or listening, and hopefully you'll see us within the next week.